I'm Ben Grubb, Fairfax's Deputy Technology Editor, and I'm here today with Stephen Hutchin to talk about Apple's new iPhones. There's the iPhone 5S and the iPhone 5C. There's a number of differences in them, and we're going to first talk about the hardware differences. The iPhone 5S has a fingerprint scanner built into its home button, as well as a dual flash on the back. It also has an aluminium casing, just like the existing iPhone, whereas the iPhone 5C has a plastic polycarbonate type backing, and it's also in colour, obviously. It doesn't have the fingerprint scanner, though. So, is it really worth upgrading just for a fingerprint scanner? What do you think, Steve?
Well, certainly the 5S is the usual leap of technology with a 64-bit processor inside, of course, as well, and a few other hardware updates. But yeah, I'm not sure. I've had a quick look at the 5C, which is pretty much an iPhone 5 replaced with a plastic shell, a bit of extra curving around the edges, and not much cheaper. I think it was about $60 cheaper than the original iPhone 5. The big change, the big visual change, is what they call the flat design, and that you can see that on the screen. I think it makes the whole device seem a lot lighter and faster, and it also gets rid of that old skeuomorphic design that apparently Steve Jobs loved so much. You know, that sort of faux leather and the wood grain for the bookshelves and things like that. And I think that this getting rid of those makes this feel a much more modern OS. But I'm yet to be convinced that this is a huge leap in.
Yeah, there are a number of differences on the inside that we don't actually see. This one has a motion coprocessor which will allow you to, or allow apps to get access to a lot of data that you couldn't get access to before. One of the examples is that you might have a fitness app and it will be able to tell whether you're running, for example. It can do a number of other things, right?
Yeah. No, that's pretty cool. Look, it will appeal to a certain kind of people. I mean, I already use a tracker here, the Fitbit tracker, to monitor my exercise and things like that. So I can see that would be useful. But I'm a little bit worried that a lot of that data is going to end up maybe in somebody's hands who I don't want them to have it. And they'll be able to know that, you know, when I was running, when I was walking, when I was driving, and that creeps me out a little bit.
The other hardware difference is with the 5S, you'll be able to go up to 64 gigabytes and only up to 32 with the 5C. Now, let's move on to software. The 5S makes use of the iOS 7, and so does the 5C. I've been using it for a little while, also on my existing iPhone 5, and I've noticed that the battery life, it's a bit less than usual. I'm not getting a full day out of it and having to recharge, kind of 3/4 of the way through the day. And on whether people should upgrade, I think if you're an iPhone 4S user and your contract has kind of finished up, it's worth upgrading, of course. Just go into a new contract and get one of the new phones. But if you're an iPhone 5 user like me, you're probably 12 months, 13 months into an existing contract, and you'll have to pay out a few $100s to break that to get the upgrade. Probably not worth doing that. It's probably worth, as Steve said, waiting until the iPhone 6 comes out. So that's our first hands-on with the iPhone 5S and 5C.